Hello everyone. In this session, we will discuss about what is a sampling, what is the nature of the sampling, what is a probability sampling and its types. So, what is a sampling? It is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. The methodology used to sample from a larger population depends on the type of analysis being performed, but it may include simple random sampling or a systematic sampling. Sampling is nothing but choosing out the required sample from the given population, since we cannot go for a research survey for the entire population as because the population list is undefined. So we are sampling the samples which we require out of the population. So what is the nature of the sampling? So the nature of the sampling is to select the target population, select the sample from the target population, and it aims at obtaining the representative of the target population, and it generalizes the samples. There are two types of sampling. One is probability sampling and the other one is non-probability sampling. In this session I will discuss about what is a probability sampling and what are its types. So what is a probability sampling? So probability sampling is nothing but when we are choosing samples out of the population, the entire population is having the probability of getting selected. That is called a probability sampling. So for a participant to be considered as a probability sample, he or she must be selected using a random selection. So next we will discuss what are the types of probability sampling. The first type is simple random sampling. So simple random sampling is a completely random method of selecting subjects. These can include assigning numbers to all samples, so to all people who are in the population, and then using a random number generator to choose random numbers. Example are drawing names out of a hat. So some of the merits of simple random sampling are lack of bias. Since we are going to select the persons randomly, there cannot be an unfair practice done, and it is very simple also to be followed. Some of the demerits are difficulty in accessing the list of the full population, it is time consuming and it requires more cost, and it is a sample selection bias. So the next method of probability sampling is stratified random sampling, which involves splitting the group into mutually exclusive groups and then using simple random sampling to choose members from the groups. For example, we are going to split the given population into female, male, kids, old age people, and then we are going to follow simple random sampling method to choose people out of the splitted population. Some of the merits of this sampling is it saves the time, it saves the money, and it gives the correct representative. And the demerit is it can't be used in all the studies. So the next type of probability sampling is random clustered sampling. It is a way to randomly select a participant from the list when it is too large for simple random sampling. For example, if you wanted to choose 1,000 participants from an entire population of the US, it is likely impossible to get a complete list of everyone. Instead, the researcher randomly selects areas, that is cities or countries, and randomly selects from within those boundaries. So some of the merits are it requires fewer resources, it is more feasible. Demerits, as we are going for a particular city or a country, biasing can happen and high sampling error may occur. And the last type of probability sampling is systematic sampling. It means that we choose every nth participant from a complete list. For example, you could choose every 10th person listed. In our school days, they'll divide us into groups for the sports day functions, right? So they will tell us to number from 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. So those who belong to number 1, those who have said number 1 will be of blue house, those who have said number 2 will be of green house, those who have said 3 will be of yellow house, so 4 will be of red house. So this is the example of systematic random sampling. Some of the merits are it is easy to execute, understand and control And clustered selection elimination can be happen, and it is of low risk factor. Some of the demerits are it assumes the size of population cannot be determined, need for natural degree of randomness, greater risk of data manipulation. So in this session we have discussed about what is a sampling and what is a probability sampling and what are its types. Hope you all have understood. Have a great day. Thank you.